Central tendency is a measure used to describe the center or the middle of a data. For example, if the average score of a batsman is 60 scores, we get the idea of his performance that he's a very good player. He scores on the average a good score. Whereas if the average score of a batsman is just 15, we get to know the idea of his performance that his score is very low. Whenever he scores around 15. So three kinds of central tendency we use. These are also called as averages: mean, median, mode. We will discuss them one by one. First of all, mean. This is the most commonly used average, and it is obtained simply by dividing the sum of the values by the number of values. What do you mean by the sum of the values? We will add up the given values, we will get the sum, and we will divide by the number. We will count the values, that will be the number of values. For example, if you have to find the heights of this, the average of the heights of these students, the mean height, we will simply uh, add the heights of these students, all these six students, and since these are six students, we will divide the answer by 6. So when you add the heights of the students, you get 9.66, and we'll divide 9.66 by the number of students, which is 6, and we get the average height of the student in this group, which is 1.61. The second measure of central tendency or the average is the median, and median is the middle value of a data, but after arranging the data in ascending order. By ascending order, we mean that we have to put the smallest value first, then the next value, which is greater than the smallest value but smaller than the all of the rest of the values, and so on, and putting the largest value at the end. So this is the center. This is how we arrange a given data in ascending order. Then the value lying in the middle is the median. For example, let us we have to find the median of these set of values. Now notice the number of these values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are these? These are 7 values. So whenever the number of values is an odd number, the value lying in the middle will be a single value, right? First, we have to arrange these values. We will write them in order, putting first the smallest value, which is 20. There is another 20, that means it should come with after this 20, and greater than 20 but smaller than the rest of the values is 21. So we will write next 21. Now greater than the value 21 is 22, which is greater than 21 but less than the rest of the values. So 22 will come along. Next we should have 24, then we should have 25, and then we should have 26. Now these are 7 values. So if you leave equal number of values of on both of the sides, the value lying in the middle would be this value, because there are 3 values lying on the left and 3 values lying on the right. So for a middle value, the values lying on the left and right, they should be equal. So this 22 is the middle value when we have arranged the data in ascending order. So this is the median. Okay, let's consider another example in which we have even number of values. How many these values are? Let us count. These are 8 values. Now a single value will not come in the middle, because if you leave 4 on the left, 4 on the right, we will have nothing in the middle. Or if you leave 3 on the left and 3 on the right, we will have 2 values in the middle. Okay, let us first arrange these values in ascending order. So putting first the smallest value, which is 5 here, then the value greater than 5 but less than the rest of values is 8, then should come 9, and so on. We will arrange these values. So now these values are 8 in number. So if we leave equal number of values on both of the sides, we will have 2 values in the middle, which are these 12 and 14. So which value is going to be the median? So what we will do, we will take the average or the mean of these two values. How? Like we calculated mean in the previous example, that we have to add the values and we divide the values by their number. So since these are only two values, 12 and 14, we will add them, and these are two values, we will divide by 2. So the median will be the mean of these two values, 12 plus 14 divided by 2. When you add 12 and 14, you get 26, and when you divide it by 2, you get 13. So 13 is the median of this data. Now the third measure of central tendency or the average is the mode, and this is easiest of all the three to identify. Actually, we don't have to calculate it, we just have to identify which value is the mode, and this is the most occurring, or the value with the more which occurs most frequently, most occurring value in the data. By frequency, we means the number of times a value occurs in a given set of data, and which occurs most number of times, we say that it is occurring most frequently. All right. So, for example, we have the scores of 10 students in mathematics, which are these 8, 9, 10, etc. We have to state the model score. We will notice which value is coming or repeating the most number of times. So, by observing the data, we can easily identify that there is a value which is repeating most number of times, that is 10, and which is occurring 3 times. So, the mode of this data is 10. Example number 2. What if there are 2 or more values which are repeating twice or thrice? For example, in this set of data, if we see the data that there are 2 values, 45 and 56, both are coming twice. So in this case, what is going to be the mode? In fact, these both will be the mode. That means there can be one mode for a given distribution, and there can even be three modes for a given set of values. So here we have 2 modes, one 45 and the second 56. Next, we are going to discuss range. Range is not a measure of central tendency. It gives you the idea of the spread or the dispersion of a given set of data. It is simply equal to the difference between the highest and the lowest value in the data. We simply identify the highest value in a given set of values, and the lowest value in the given set of values, and we take the difference, that is, subtract the lowest value from the highest value to get the range. For example, if you have to calculate the range of these set of values, we will simply identify the highest value. So here the highest value is what? The highest value is 1.7, and the lowest value is what? It is 1.49. We will simply subtract them to get the range for the given set of values. So 0.22 meter is the range for this given set of data. Question number 1. The mean of 8 numbers is 20. 6 of the numbers are 25, 12, 14, 18, 22, and 11. Each of the remaining 2 numbers is each equal to A. 6 numbers are given, 25 to 11, and the remaining 2 are supposed to be A, and they are unknown. In the first part, we have to calculate the sum of the 8 numbers. For that, since we are given the value of the mean, we will use the formula for the arithmetic mean of a given set of data. And the formula for mean is what? Mean is equal to sum of all the values divided by number of values. We have the mean in the on the left hand side. In place of mean we will put 20, and below is the number of values. As we know, the number of values of 8, so in place of number of values we will put 8, and but we don't have the sum, and that is what we have to find. We have to find the sum of these 8 values. Okay, let us write the mean in place of mean, which is 20, and the number of values below, which is 8, and 8 is dividing on right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will multiply 20. So 20 into 8 will be 160. Thus we have got the sum of the 8 values, which is 160. Part 2, we have to find the value of A. The 7th and 8th values are each equal to A, and we have to find the value of A. Okay, so we have found the sum of 8 numbers. Out of 8 numbers, we have been given the 6 numbers, which are 25, 12, 14, 18, 22, and 11. Now if we add these 6 numbers and add the 2 A's into them, we will get the sum of 8 numbers. Okay, we will set up an equation that 25 plus 12 plus 14 plus 18 plus 22 plus 11, these are the 6 numbers plus A, these all make 8 numbers, and the sum of these 8 numbers is equal to 160. We have put them equal to 160. Okay, on the left hand side we will add 25, 12, 14, 18, 22, and 11, which will be equal to 108 plus 2A equal to 160. Now 102 is adding on the left hand side. When it goes to right hand side, it will subtract. So we have 2A is equal to 160 minus 102. Subtracting 102 from 160, we will get 58. Now 2 is multiplying on the left hand side. When it goes to right hand side, it will divide 58. So that we have got the value of A equal to 29 after dividing 58 by 2. Third part, we have to find the median of the data. Remember the formula for the median, that is the middle value. But before that, we have to put the values in the ascending order. Ascending order means writing the smallest value first, and then the larger value, and then the larger than that value till and at the end the largest value will come. So in all these values, the smallest value is 11. So we will put the 11. Next to 11 is 12, which is the smallest value in the remaining values. So 12 will come. Next we have 14, next we should come 18, and next should come 22, and next should come 25, and next should come the value of a at 29. There were two a's. The seventh value is 29, and the eighth value is also 29. Now these are 8 values, and we have to find the median of these data. So when you have 8 values, there is not going to be any single value in the middle, because if you look for the middle or center of the data, you will get to the center middle of 18 and 22. Actually, there are two values in the middle, which are 18 and 22. So the median will be the center of these two values. So to find the median, we will find the center of these two values. And how will we find the center? We will add them, add these two values together and divide the sum by 2. So median is equal to 18 plus 22 divided by 2. So we have got 18 plus 22 is 40, 40 divided by 2. The median is 20. Question number 2. ESA's marks in his 5 assessments were 21, 24, 22, X and 19, where X denotes the marks in the 4th assessment. X means the marks are unknown, and probably we have to find the marks. If the mean score of ESA in the 5 assessments was 21.8, calculate his marks in the 4th assessment. So we have to calculate the value of X, that is the marks of ESA in the 4th assessment. So since we have been given the value of the mean or the average, which is 21.8, we will use the formula for the mean, which is equal to sum of all the values divided by the number of values, and the value of mean is 21.8. We will replace on the left the mean by 21.8, and these are 5 values, 5 data values, 5 figures, 5 marks, so the number of values is 5. So below we will write 5, and we have to put the sum above, which will be the answer obtained by adding all the 5 scores, out of which one is X. So we will put them in the sum form. On the left we have 21.8, and above we are adding 21, 24, 22, X and 19, and below we have written the number of values. Now 21, 24, 22 and 19, they will be added, and the answer will be 86 plus X over 5. Now we have to find the value of X. The 5 below on the right hand side is dividing on the right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will multiply 21.8. Okay, when we multiply 21.8 by 5, we get 109, and then we will take 86 to left hand side. It is adding on the right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will subtract. It will be subtracted from 109. Okay, now the answer of X will be 23 after subtracting 86 from 109. So the ESA's marks in the 4th assessment were 23. Question number 3. The range of a set of data is 80. The smallest value of the data is 11. Calculate the largest value of the data. So what is the formula for range? Range is equal to highest value minus lowest value. We have been given the smallest or the lowest value, which is 11. We have been given the value of the range, which is 80. And we have to find the largest or the highest value. Let us write the formula for range first. Range is equal to highest value minus lowest value. On the left hand side, in place of range, we will put 80. On the right hand side, in place of the lowest value, we will put 11. And we have to find the highest value, so we'll write highest value as it is. So put in the values. On the right hand side, 11 is subtracting on the right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will be added to 80, because its sign will change when it goes to left hand side. So it will be 80 plus 11 on the left hand side. Now 80 plus 11, adding 80 and 11 will have 91. So the highest value is 91. This is what we have to find. Question number 4. A set of 3 whole numbers has a median of 20. If the smallest number is 12 and the mean is 23, what is the largest number? So we know that there are 3 numbers in the data, and their median is 20. Median is always the middle value. If there are 3 numbers, then the middle value is going to be the second value, and the smallest value, which should be on the left of the median, is given to be 12, and the mean, the arithmetic mean, is 23. We have to find the largest value. That means we have to find the third value. Okay, the number of values is 3. So let us mark 3 blanks here, which denotes the which we will fill the 3 values, and the median is given to be 20. So the median of 3 values should be the second value, because it lies in the middle. One value on the left and one value on the right. Third value, the median will come in the middle. So let us write the median in the middle place, and since 20 is the median, it should occupy the second place, because the middle value is always the median, and it was given in the question that 20 is the median. Now the smallest value is 12, and it should lie on the left of the median, and there is only one space on the left, so 12 will come at the first place on the left of the median, and we have to find the largest number, which is actually the place which is actually the number at the third place. We have to find the third number at the third place, let us suppose that this number is x. We can work out x using the fact that the mean of the three numbers is 23. It is given in the question that the mean of the three numbers is 23. So we'll write the formula for the mean of the three numbers, that is equal to sum of all the values by the number of values. These values are three in number, so sum of all the values will be obtained by adding all the three values, and the mean is given to be 23. So on the left we will put 23 in place of mean, and we will make the sum above, and we write the 3 because these are three values in number. So and then we will add 12 plus 20 above, and that will be 32, and then 3 is dividing on right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will multiply 23, so it will be 69 on the left hand side, and then 32 is adding on the right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it will be subtracted from 69. So, and then when we subtract 32 from 69, we will have 37. Thus the largest number is 37. The third number, or the largest number, the unknown number, is 37, which we had to find in this question. Question number 5. Amber recorded the midnight temperatures of Auckland for 1 week. We have been given the midnight temperatures of 1 week from Monday till Sunday, and these all are in degrees Celsius. We have to answer these 5 questions about this data. First of all, we have to write the model temperature. What is the formula for mode? Mode is the value which is occurring most frequently in the data, most occurring value. So by observing the data, you can easily identify what is the mode of this data. So we can easily identify which value is repeating the most. So the mode here is -4, and we are putting the unit along with degrees Celsius. In B part, it is being asked that on how many days the temperature was lower than the model temperature. The model temperature is -degrees Celsius. We have to identify the days. We have to find out the days on which the temperature was less than -4 degrees Celsius. You can see we have temperatures of -5, -6, -6, and -10 on Sunday, Saturday, and Monday. So these are the days on which the temperature is less than the model temperature. So we can state this fact that on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday, the temperature was less than -4 degrees Celsius. But we have to give the number of days. We don't have to give the days. So the number of days is 3. So thus there are 3 days on which the temperature was less than the model temperature. In part C, we have to calculate the mean temperature. And what is the formula for mean? Mean is always equal to sum of all the values by the number of values. So for sum, we will add all these temperatures, putting plus in between all the values. The negative signs will also come along with the values, but we will put plus outside the value with the values when we have to add them. Okay, let us write the sum. Mean is equal to -10 plus next value is -4 plus next value is 2 plus next value is 3 plus next value is -4 plus -6 and plus times -5. And as you know, plus into minus, when say opposite signs multiply, you get a negative. Plus into minus is negative. So you will have plus into -4, -4, and so on like this. You have plus into -6, that will be -6. So we will multiply the signs like this. Now the terms having same signs will be added. For example, -10 and -4, they have same signs. They will be added. -14 will be written in place of these two values. Then we have +2, +3. They have the same signs. We will have +5. Then we have -4, -6, -5. These also have these three have same signs, negative signs. So these will be added, and negative will come with the answer. So -14 plus 5 and -15. -15 for -4, -6, and -5, and below we have 7. Now -14 and -15, they have same signs, they should be added. 14, 15 will be 29, and negative will come with the answer, so it will be -29 plus 5 and 7 divided by 7. Now -29 plus 5, they have opposite signs, so they should be subtracted. So when you subtract 5 from 29, the answer will be 24. But the largest number is 29, so answer will be negative, so it will be -24 over 7. Since it's an improper fraction, we will divide and write the answer in mixed form. So the average or mean temperature during whole of the week was -3 whole 3 over 7, which is anywhere between -4 and -3. Now in D part, we have to calculate the median temperature. To find the median temperature, we have to arrange the values in ascending order. Okay, let us put the values in ascending order. So for putting the values in ascending order, we have to write the smallest value first. What is the smallest value here? -10, the smallest value. Then greater than that value but less than the other remaining values is -6, and then will come -5, and so on. We will keep on writing the values till we reach at the largest value. -4 is coming 2 times, we'll write -4 2 times, and the largest value is 3. Now these are 7 values, so leaving 3 values on the left and 3 values on the right, the fourth value will be in the middle. So writing the formula for median, the median is always equal to the middle value, and we can easily identify the value lying in the middle, which is this fourth value. Thus the median is equal to -4 degree Celsius. In part E, we have to find the range of the temperatures. Range always means the difference of the highest value minus and the lowest value. So range is equal to highest value minus lowest value. The highest value in the data is 3, which is the highest temperature, the hottest or the highest temperature, and the lowest value or the coolest temperature or the coldest temperature is -10. So we'll take their difference. So first we'll write the highest value, which is 3, and minus times you will write the lowest value, which is -10. Now minus into minus will be plus, so we will have 3 plus 10, and adding them we will get 13. So this is the range of the temperature values of for 1 week of Auckland.